first alert weather, and live local coverage. This is News 10 at 11.
But I'm here as proof that your adventure is still very much in its infancy. I can assure you that you already have gained the intellectual skills to be courageous. I, for one, am incredibly excited for you, the Albion College class of 2023.
That was Josh Cassida, who's fresh out of the International Space Station. Good evening, I'm Deanna Giles, and today nearly 300 students at Albion College heard from an alumni and NASA pilot. He left graduates with lasting advice for the future. It was one small step for Albion College students and a big leap for Josh Cassida.
Several weeks ago, I returned from living and working aboard the International Space Station.
Cassida became the first astronaut keynote speaker at Albion College's commencement and returned as a class of 95 alumni.
I knew that, if I didn't give it a shot, then there was no chance.
A shot at going into space, which he never imagined.
That whole adventure, and I can't believe this is true, was in its infancy 28 years ago, when I was literally sitting right where you are now.
Hundreds of graduates sat on the quad and plastic chairs, the same chairs sat on by Cassida. He wanted those to leave with a sense of academic courage, something he learned while studying at Albion.
This new idea that you might be passionate about is probably overwhelming because you don't really understand the language yet. But once you speak that language, now the things that seemed really, really scary really aren't quite that scary. And then it really opens up the doors to doing some really exciting things.
Like spending nearly 5.5 months on board NASA's SpaceX Crew Dragon spacecraft.
When I got to the space station, what I wasn't ready for was this kind of emotional reaction of just realizing, wow, I'm with the right team at the right time, dealing with the right problems.
He says the first ingredient of courage is fear. When you acknowledge and navigate through it,
solutions and success are inevitable.
Albion College graduates were left with a question to ponder.
You have the rest of your lives to ask yourselves, what is the worst that can happen, and what is the best that can happen?
NASA selected Cassida in 2013 and became an instructor at the U.S. Naval Test Pilot School. He was one of 5 members who lived and worked on that spacecraft.